Hey, Antonio Perez, your local mortgage broker. And today we have Jorge Lopez from AZ and Associates in the house. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the indifferent of this real estate market. How's it going, George?
Good, good. Just that intro just sounds scary. You said big, bad. I'm just like, whoa,
The good, the bad, and the indifferent.
definitely.
It's because in our industry, everybody's so used to talking about the good. I just close this, I just close that.
For sure.
But those closings, those wins, we get them because of the experiences of our failed or the areas of opportunity that we have as professionals. So that's why I thought of this idea of showing the good, showing the bad, and showing the indifferent.
Yeah, I know exactly. And many agents, even myself, we like to show all the positive sides. When it comes to like the bad side, we don't really tell the clients when a transaction is going rocky. If I can handle the transaction and I'm able to go in and do my work to be able to do something about it, I won't stress the client out. I won't tell them what's going on as long as I know I can handle it or even the lender can handle it. But when there is ever a time when it just gets super rocky where I need to tell the client, and that's when I go in. But usually most of my clients never get stressed through the transaction because most of the time we can handle it.
No, yeah, most definitely. And I always tell you this, I like to deliver good news fast, bad news even faster.
Right.
Because if you're in the know and we're all on the same page, then we can move smoothly and get it to the finish line as fast and as stress-free as possible for our clients, for our consumers.
Right. And then that's always the goal, just to make sure our clients have the easiest transaction. I have so many clients that they tell me it almost felt like I wasn't even purchasing a home. And when I give them keys, they're just like shocked. But there is many times that I see posts where I see other people that use another agent. And they're like, this transaction, we finally made it to the finish line. It was so stressful, but we're so happy. And I'm just like, dang, I'm glad you got to the finish line, but it sucks that you had to go through stress through the transaction because it's so easy through the transaction. If you're working with the right agent, the right lender, by your side, the right team, promise you it will not be stressful at all. It's just literally like a breeze.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And what got you into this industry? What's your drive?
Honestly, so it goes way back. So it goes like when I was young and then it faded away and then it came back. But I'll start back in the day when I was about 8 years old. I have an uncle that he does framing. He actually owns his own company now. He builds custom homes, but he used to do framing. He used to take me camping. He had this friend that was an architect. And it was crazy because the moment that we went to his house was the moment that I was like, you know what? I want to do something with homes, like something that involves homes. And I want to be an architect, I said. And for the longest time, it stayed stuck in my mind because the way he custom built his home, and this was probably about 2004, 2005, you know what? Maybe around there. So 93, 2003, that's 10. Yeah, it was about 2004. And the way he custom built his home was like crazy. It had windows everywhere, circle windows, oval windows, triangle windows. And I was just so amazed of that. You can build a house like that. But obviously he's an architect and he was able to do all that. He built his plans. So after I saw that, I was just so amazed about it. But it faded away once I started getting into sports and I wanted to be something else. From there on out, it faded away. And then so started working my jobs and all that, just here and there, part-time jobs at the mall. I was actually addicted working at the mall, like a lot of jobs at the mall. Like I had so many jobs. I had a Foot Locker, Shoe Palace, like Dillard's. It was just like everywhere. And it was insane because if I didn't like this job, I would just go and find another job in the mall. And it sucked living like that, complacent in the mall. So after that, I finally ended up getting a job at USPS. And I was there, and you know what? I said to myself, I'm going to stay here for life. I'm going to stay here for life. This is easy, and it's easy work. And it didn't hit me till people that have been there for 20 years were like, stay here. And I would ask them questions like, what are you getting paid at now? Where are you at? And they would tell me this range where I was like, no way. Like, you've been here for 20 years, and it's only that, which I was always thinking ahead of time. I know I can make more money. I don't want to be complacent. Before, when I was working at the mall, I was like, you know what? This is me. I want to be a manager at the store. But My wife, she actually ended up becoming an agent when COVID hit. And this is the time when I was in USPS as well. She became an agent, and I was just like looking at how much hustle she was doing. And at the time, I was like, we didn't have no time together at all. I was working on USPS 13 hours, 7 days a week. She was becoming an agent. Well, she became an agent and she was doing her thing. And it was getting annoyed of how much we didn't see each other. I was just like, dang, this is honestly, this is our marriage is going to fail. Like, we only got time to eat 30 minutes and it was done. So I saw how good she was doing at real estate, and it was annoying me because she was becoming the breadwinner at that time now. And COVID hit, and that's when USPS came and they're, oh, if you have kids, you guys get COVID relief and you guys will get paid for it. And I was just like, dang, this is my only time in history that I can literally make the move. Now it's now or never. I told him straight out, the manager, and I was like, I need to take my kids and they need to be homeschooled because they're not going to go to school. My wife is the one that's going to be working and I'm going to be the one taking care of them. So I took advantage of that time to be able to go to school for it and get into real estate with my wife. And what motivated me is I always saw how a team duo could become like husband and wife. It's game changer. Like, many people can't do it. Many husband and wives can't work together. I'll be honest, in the beginning, it was like bad. Like, she would tell me to do it this way, and I was just like, come on, let me just try my own way. But it was the ego. But that's what got me into real estate, is because from a young aspect and also the way she started moving, it was just like she was becoming the breadwinner, and I was just like, you know what? I can't let that happen. But even though it was good, we became a team, and it's been amazing. She's still a killer. Honestly, she's probably better than me, to be honest. She's a killer at real estate. She's probably one of the best agents I've ever known in Arizona.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. And I'm not going to confirm or deny your statement, but she is great at what she does. You're amazing at what you do too. What I like the most, and I feel this will lead to my second question, is you guys want to help families as much as you want to help your own. It's not just a numbers game. It's not just, let me sell you a house, let's do a quick move in. And that's why I love what you guys do. And I follow your trajectory, your passion behind it. And is that something that you were raised with? Is that something that you learned through the career? Or why is it? I always have the saying, as numbers and money follow, they don't lead. But you lead with that. You don't care about the next dollar. You don't care about the next transaction. You just care about the family that's in front of you and getting them home at the end of the day. Like, where did you pick that up at a very young age?
You know what? It actually started, like, I've always been like a family person and stuff like that. But when it comes to like real estate, and I'm going to be very honest about this, and there's a lot of agents that still do this and they never get over it. And there's some agents that do get over it. But when I first started, I was just like, let's go. I'm an agent. I'm going to be making so much money. Let's go. It's all about the money. And when I saw it that way, I've noticed that no business ever flooded my way. So if you're focused about the money and how much you want to make, you're focused on commission, you're focused on that, and you're just reeking commission breath, I can promise you from my experience that your business is going to fail. Your business will fail if you focus on that commission, about the money. When you're more focused about helping someone, that's when your business is going to flood and it's going to flourish. Because think of it this way. You focus on the commission, you just want to go ahead and close the deal. You're most likely going to, their clients are going to have a bad experience because you just want to get them from point A to point B and they didn't receive an actual genuine transaction. So when you give them what they need to have, all the education through the real estate game, through the whole transaction, you give them all that, they're always going to refer you out. So think of it this way. Boom, this person refers you because they had such an amazing transaction with you. Now this person's referred you to this person. Now this person's going to refer you to that person. Now this person's going to refer you. It's forever. It's a chain that will forever go. And that's why I always see it that way, is just, you don't focus about the money. You don't focus about A to B. you focus about getting the client the right home, making them happy, answering all the questions, it's going to be a game changer.
What strategies do you implement for communication with like your clients and your business partners to have a flawless, seamless process?
Honestly, with communication, it's a lot through text. Like I like it very personal, text or phone calls. With my business partners, is a lot through emails and a lot through text as well. But I feel like this generation has switched to like being able to text. They hate phone calls. There are some people that love phone calls, but texting is like the way to go. Quick answers here and there. I think that's the best part of communication when it comes to clients and also business partners. Yeah.
Okay. So your phone, we all live in our phone.
Yeah. I would say it sucks. Like I try to take myself away from it as much as I can. It's in my lap now. So that kind of tells you that I don't get away from it, but screen time is insane. Like my screen time, if you go on like social media and you can see like your analytics of how much screen time you have, is just crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. Screen time is definitely something that my wife says that this is my lifeline because we're always on our phone. But going back to right now, I know you guys are very successful. You're closing a lot of transactions. Last year, you were close to 20 million, correct?
Yes, yes.
This year, I know you're in line to surpass your goal. I'm not going to put your goal out there until you hit it, and then we'll say it at the end of the year. But what are your next 3-year goal as a team? If there's realtors out there that are looking up to you, that are potentially trying to join you or joint ventures, do you guys have a goal for the next 3 years?
Honestly, just implementing more people into our team, assistants. And we actually just got a new assistant to our team that's going to be able to manage some of our stuff, and we can delegate some of our job to the assistant. But I think that's going to be a huge game changer, just adding more people onto the team, just because there's only a peak that you can reach with just 2 people, with me and my wife. There's only a peak you can reach, and you can only go so far, that where you have business flooding and you can't handle it anymore. And it sucks because like we started seeing that to the point where businesses come in and it's just, we have to help, but it's just, we need to have more people where we can delegate these clients to be able to help them as well. So I think implementing assistants and more people onto the team is going to be the game changer for us.
What qualities do you look into with your business partners?
There's things I look into, but mostly when it comes to adding someone to the team, I'm just like, talk to my wife, let her take over and see what she wants for the team. She's always been in management her whole life since she was young. She started as a manager, and so I always give her that position to be able to choose who she wants into the team. And she's very selective of who she chooses. If she knows that this person really doesn't want it, that they're just in it for part-time and really doesn't want to do it as a serious aspect, then she probably is not going to go with that person. But like we dove into it full-time. Like we went to it real estate full-time, which was very scary because you don't get paid until you close a transaction. So it's very scary that you went from earning money, like being complacent, like, oh, I'm going to receive this check, to like, oh, you better start working. If not, then you're not going to get paid. So if you're not in it full time, it's just to know.
No, yeah, most definitely, especially in today's market. Right now, Maricopa County and Arizona, a lot of agents fell off the market just because it's starting to get difficult. Business is not falling in our laps as it was.
Oh, yeah.
2020, 2021 with interest rates being so low. And at the end of the day, media sells based on bad news sells. That's what sells ratings. That creates misconceptions. What is the most common misconception that you're seeing right now or that you're hearing being out there on the field?
Common misconception would probably be like, and this is one that I get all the time, is that home shopping is always the first step. And it's not the first step, because I have so many people that are like, oh, how much is this home? And I tell them, okay, can I see it? Yeah, you can see it and I'll still take them. But the first step is actually getting qualified. Speaking to the lender and seeing where you qualify within that range, because then you see a home for 500,000 and then you qualify for 300,000. Now you're going to be sad because you love the $500,000 home, but you only qualify for 300,000, or vice versa. Many people to think that they won't qualify, so they're like looking at $300,000 homes and they're not happy with what they're looking at, but they're like, this is what I'm going to go for because this is what I can afford. And then next they get qualified for 600,000, 700,000, and they're just like, whoa, I almost got into a home thinking that this is all I can afford. So that's a very common misconception, is they like to shop before they get qualified.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's because of the unknown.
Exactly.
There's a lot of clients out there that are scared of the unknown, or they're focused on not facing their fears. 4 simple documents to get them pre-qualified. If you're a W-2 employee, we need 2 years of employment history, which is 2 years of your W-2s, 4 pay stubs, 2 bank statements, a driver's license, and a social security card.
Simple.
With those 4 or 5 things, we could get you shopping within 24, 72 hours. If you're self-employed, you need less documents. Driver's license, social security, 2 years of tax returns, and 2 months bank statements. But for some reason, we don't want to know, and I just want to assume that we don't qualify.
Right.
But it's in our mechanism as humans to think negative before we think positive.
Exactly.
And I have that fight with my daughter all the time. I tell her, like, look, you always look at the cup half full, like, or half empty. Why don't you see it half full? And I was like, if we think positive, it takes more energy to be negative than to be positive. And I learned that from you, to be honest with you, because every time I see you're all cheery, you're positive, probably inside you're trying to get things going and you're like, not let it bug you. But I know, based on what I've been seeing on social media and I've been reading about you, like you recently started going more into church, correct? And services?
I've just been diving into religion. My religion, very deep. This year has been like the deepest it's ever been. I don't want to say that I'm like super close, because like still have to be a better person. Like, it's very hard. But when in the negative aspect that you were talking about, a lot has to do with social media. It sucks how social media like paints everything, like, and kids grow up nowadays, kids are in their phones, and that's how they end up growing, is the negative is what's common over the positives. But yeah, diving into my religion, it has made me feel more positive, more better, and it's actually made me be a lot more calmer person. Like, I can honestly say with driving is one thing. I always had people cut me off, and I used to get so mad, start beeping, and start going like that, hoping they see me through the rear view mirror and stuff like that. And now I'm just like, go ahead, dude. Like, you're gonna get to the same place, whether you're late or not. You're gonna get there, and if you're doing what you're doing, you're probably not gonna get there, because there's probably gonna be another person that has the same attitude as you, and it's gonna road rage, and anything can happen. And now that I have like my family and my kids, I rather be a calmer person, because anything can happen. Anything can pop off at any time, and this generation is a lot more crazier. You have kids carrying guns at 14 years old. I'd rather be a calm person and let the situation go. If it's something that like I can't handle, I just let it go. Like, I can't handle that person how to drive. Like, I can't handle them. So it's something.
Yeah. It's crazy that you mentioned that about social media. And right now I started thinking, every time that I'm post a video, or every time that I'm going to post something, I'm always thinking of the punchline, or how is this video going to get more views? Not for the fact of getting views, but to get the message out there. And I'm always thinking of a negative punchline that we're going to convert into a positive.
Oh, yeah.
And it just dawned on me. So for all those video creators out there, all those social media creators out there, let's change that trend. I encourage you, I challenge you to start the line with a positive thought instead of trying to hook somebody with a negative comment that's going to be converted into a positive. Because right there, we're wasting valuable time and we're wasting energy trying to catch somebody with a negative hook when we're talking about media selling because of negative marketing. So let's change it. We don't like it. Let's change it. Let's be positive. You just made me realize that I tried to do it backwards. From this moment on, I'm going to try harder to make it a habit to start positive.
And it's all about throwing it out. Just throw the raw content out. Don't perfect it. Like, I feel like when I tried perfecting my stuff is when I got the most like negative like comments and all that. So now that I throw it really raw and just raw content, people love it. And I think it's better because I don't have to stress myself. Let me redo this video. Let me redo this video. I didn't get it correct. Now, like, I just throw it out. Boom. Was my hair messy? Okay, it was messy. There you go. This is me. Like, you're not going to see like this perfect person when you meet me at the consultations. Even speaking about that, I actually received like negative comments on TikTok and videos like that. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I did look a little goofy what I was wearing. Like, I was wearing like some slacks and they were like square and then a t-shirt. But the person like really had the time of day to be like cussing at me. What the F are you wearing? You look goofy. And it just made me feel bad because it's just, I'm over here trying and I receive these negative comments like just by not doing anything, like just by doing what I do. But yeah, social media can be very negative, but it can be very positive as well if you know how to throw the message out. And all your messages that you've ever thrown out are very positive, and I always see them.
Yeah, no, I try to be positive on every single one of my messages, but I do try to find the hook of like, how am I going to be able to convert this and make it into a 180? And now I think we should just start positive and end positive. That way, I don't know, that I'm gonna try it, and I encourage you guys to try it to see where we could make the change.
Yeah, and a lot of people are actually scared to create the content in the first place, so that's just another step to it.
How's family?
Family's good. So I have my little 4-year-old. He's crazy and wild. You got to make sure you get on his good side at all times, and he'll be good with you. And then I have my 8-year-old. And then I have my wife and the little baby on the way. So 2 boys, and then finally I'm going to get the girl. The boys are mama's boys, so it's hard to receive the love, even though I do get love from them, but it's not the same. So I think when I get the girl, it's going to be like a game changer for me. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I'm a girl dad myself. I have a 15-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. And believe it or not, the first 24 to 28 months, don't be disappointed, but they're going to be mommy's girls.
You think so?
Yeah. My 3-year-old now, she didn't even know who her dad was until like 2 months ago. Like now, like every time she sees me, she like lights up and she wants to be in my office and she wants to go work with me. Like she wants to be all over me now. But before she was like, oh, I'm with mom, I'm cool.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and my 15-year-old, she's been with me forever, so sometimes I'm like, no, go over there, but no, she knows I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my 2 girls. So you're having a girl?
Yeah, I am. So it's about time. Like, it's really about time. But I always see these TikToks where, like, the little girls, like, running to their dad and this and that and leaving the mom, or, like, that one funny one where she starts singing, can you say, ma? And then she's just like, and I'm just like, that better be my baby, because, ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So getting back to real estate right now, is there something that you're working towards that have been like, you know what, this has been my drive right now, or this is what I'm focusing on the business side?
My drive is just family. Just my
family?
It's the drive, and that's the best drive you can have. And also, aside of my family, like getting people the help that they need. Like, a lot of people think that they can't purchase or they can't buy. So I'm here to educate them. And if they can't purchase in that time, I'm there nurturing them and helping them still, like whether it takes 6 months or 9 months, like there's leads that they're like being nurtured right now, and they're doing what they're needing to do in order to be able to purchase, such as like credit repair. They need credit repair, or money for funds to be able to purchase. They want to put their down payment because they don't want to use down payment assistance, just a lot of things. But nurturing is like the biggest thing, because not a lot of agents go into the nurturing process. They're like, oh, this person can't buy. See, like, I'm forgetting about you. And I always send you leads like, hey, can you check this person out and tell me what they need? And if they need nurturing, like, we're always on top of them. Like, whether we reach out to them the next month or the next 2 weeks, we're there nurturing them.
Yeah. And I know that nurture is a big part of our game, credit repair, savings, and all that good stuff. But something that I did notice, and I'm going to give you kudos, is a lot of the clients that you and I work together, or that we work together, there hasn't been one client that doesn't refer us another client.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because they feel home every time. They're like, oh, George is always on his way. Like, every time I tell him, like, oh, can we schedule an appointment for this? If he can't do it, he'll work around it and he'll make the time, and he makes me feel like family.
Right.
And I know that circles back to your point earlier, where
Right at the beginning,
you want to take care of everybody just like if it was family.
Exactly.
So I do notice that on you're probably the agent with the highest referrals that I work with.
Oh, wow. That makes me feel good, because that dives into the one of the beginning questions is where don't see it as money, see it as like you're helping, because it's that chain of referral. Because if you're giving them best advice and the best educated when it comes to real estate, referral. And it's just, you have to do it in order for you to see it. But when it comes to family, with every other client, like, I go into the home every time I do a showing. I go into a home as if I'm purchasing the house, and I give my opinion on it. I'm like, okay, look, this house is a good deal. This is a good deal for this house. It's priced right. It's priced correctly. And these are things you can do. And I always tell my clients, like, what don't you like about the house? What do you like about the house? And then they tell me the things that they don't like. And I'm just like, but I have a vision. I go into hundreds of homes like a month, seeing different floor plans and different things that other homes add. So it's just, oh, I don't like this wall, how it's here. Boom, tear it down, make it into the floor plan that you want. Oh, like yesterday, I went to a showing for my wife, one of her clients, and the laundry room is in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Older home?
Yeah, so it's in the kitchen, and I'm just like, dang, like, it's an older home, but it's like fully renovated, like fully remodeled, new cabinets, island, new floor, new paint, is super nice. But the laundry room, it's like one of those like stackables right in the middle of the kitchen. And I'm just like thinking about it, I'm like, dang, people in New York deal with this like a lot. Like, most apartments, most condos in New York have the laundry room in the kitchen. But I saw it as, I'm like, if you find a plumber, they can move it. And then it's just like the first time ever in history, the client beat me to the vision. And I was just like so stunned, because she literally said, these cabinets are white. What if we add a huge cabinet around it? And I'm just like, dang, like, you beat me to the vision. Like, I always give the clients the vision, and I always make them see the positive side of what you can do to the home. But yesterday was the first time in history that she beat me to the punchline, the vision. And she literally said, you can add a huge like cabinet, a tall cabinet, like a pantry looking, to cover the laundry room. I'm just like, that is the greatest idea ever. Don't even move the plumbing. Like, it's going to be way more costly to do that than just putting a cabinet over it. So all you have to do is just open it. Boom, your laundry's there. Like,
convenient. You can cook and clean at the same time, or wash your laundry.
Exactly.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
I had posted a story about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I posted the kitchen. I think I did. I didn't post the laundry room though, which is in the kitchen. So I don't even know if it's a laundry room or a kitchen. Let's just say kitchen.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that other $1 million home that we went to that had 2 laundry rooms.
Oh yeah.
one in the master, inside the master, and one in the hallway. And then I asked the owner, like, why two? He was like, oh, if I'm in my master, I wash here. If I'm over here, I wash here. And I was like, but you're like, just convenience. I'm from New York, and that's how we have it in New York. So that's how I did it. I was like, all right.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Work-life balance. I know that's super important to you. I know you work on the mind, you work on the body, you work on the spiritual. How do you balance it all?
It's hard. I'm not a pro at it yet. I'll tell you that. It's really hard, though. Just trying to figure out my way. I'm not going to say I wing it like every day, but we do have this target book where we write down what we're going to do for the whole week. So like scheduling it out is like the best thing you can do. Scheduling out your day. Well, the target book is actually scheduling it out through the whole week. So you do it on Sunday and you have your whole week scheduled for each day what you're going to do. And that helps a lot. But when it comes to like family, religion, church, service, it's hard with having to show clients homes and also having to be at my son's soccer practice or basketball practice. So if there's ever a time, like, we make sure that there's always a parent there watching him like practice. Okay, like, I'll go do the showings and I'll go take the clients out. You go watch him and support him. And then another time, I'll be there supporting him and watching him. And then my wife will be out there showing homes or taking care of business. So it's vice versa. But like I said, having someone in the team is the game changer. So that helps, but it's not easy. Like, I don't think anyone can really have a nicely balanced life. It's always going to be moving up and down. Like, you'd have to be lying if you tell me that your life is nicely balanced and you move smoothly. Like, no way.
No, there's no way. Honestly, my wife has the hardest job, which she's a stay-at-home mom. So she gets to deal with me and the kids. So she says she has 5 kids because it's my 2 dogs, my 2 daughters, and myself. But right now she's going to school, back to school full time, because she went to the university in Guadalajara for dermatology, for skin stuff. And now she's revalidating all her classes because she wants to start her own business. This is not a commercial, by the way. But right now it's harder on me because now she has a set schedule. I don't have a set schedule. However, I do have a set task and agents that I work with, and I'm being pulled different ways. So right now I feel I'm living controlled chaos. So I could understand. But when she was home, when she was taking care of everything, she did allow me to work, to focus, and have that balance. So I could totally understand that we need a team. We need a better half on the business side or on the home side. You have both worlds, all business and all family in one. So that's great. I know we've been chatting for some time. Hopefully a lot of people get to know the other side of the coin with you, your life. You shared a lot of personal information. If there's clients out there, if there's people out there that want to connect with you, where can they find you and how can they find you?
Honestly, so I'm very like social on Instagram and also TikTok. I'm on there every day, like Facebook as well. But if anything, it's Instagram and TikTok. And my Instagram username and TikTok is actually the same. So it's Jorge Lopez Phoenix. Phoenix spelled out the whole, like, not the PHX. It's actually, so Jorge Lopez Phoenix. And I'm on there like every day. And I have all my contact information as well. So you can find my email, my phone number on there. But yes, I'm on there every day.
There you have it, guys. Jorge Lopez from AZ and Associates. If you guys are looking for a great real estate agent, you can reach out to him. If you guys are looking to just ask him a question, I'm sure he'll answer. And don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it for you. Antonio Perez, your local mortgage broker, and
Jorge Lopez, your friendly real estate agent here in Arizona.
Make it a great one. Talk to you guys soon.